This is your daily market review for Monday, November 6th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at XP Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Monday, November 6th, 2023. Hopefully you're having a great day. If you get a chance, check out the live chat we did earlier today. As expected, figured the market would probably follow through with some up, as we've said, based on the evidence from the weekend review. I'm expecting some traps, some action to get the market to hold up. Even if we do roll over near term, I think you'll see very clearly that there is some actual, evidence that will show you that whatever happens, if we do drop, there's going to be a buy first. And then at this point, go from there. There'll probably be some short from there. So either we're at the highs or we got to go to new highs. Or, and again, if we are at highs, then there'll be a dip that will get bought at some point going into OPEX. I can absolutely guarantee that. So be careful. No reason to run short, in my opinion, as fast as possible, unless you know the levels, you know what's going on, and you expect the market to do what it's going to do in time. You're not assuming today is the day or tomorrow might be the day. We have a little bit of, I would say, time before things actually turn. And if they are going to turn, we'll see. Again, know your levels. Let's go into the evidence because, again, it's not as clear cut as I think it is. And again, I love the extremes right now. I'm seeing sentiment bullish where the bulls are like extremely bullish and the bears are just like, they just think they can't lose. And so that's where sometimes it leads to what my opinion is chop would be the best thing possible to knock out both sides to get them to get stuck and get kind of caught. So anyway, let's dig into it. So new to the channel, want to join the Discord room, a link in the description below. Back to Basics series, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm doing a ton of stuff on YouTube, and if you do the notification bell, you will get the alerts when I'm doing the live chats. They will be sent to you directly. You won't have to worry. If you want to follow, again, the Back to Basics education series, you have real estate questions, market reviews, or my homepage, thetradingagent.com. Also, pay attention, Marcus account, 5.4%. And also, too, if you're worried about your brokerage, please, I'm telling you, use the brokerage promotion code here. You potentially get up to $1,000 in IBRK stock, which is doing pretty well. But the best thing I try to keep warning people is that you just don't want your brokerage to go belly under, go into receivership, and then maybe you get stuck in positions that get you screwed. All right, Fed, pause. Looks like pause. At this rate, people are talking about cuts. I haven't looked at this in a day or two. Maybe the first cut by May. Yeah, I guess. Is it March? May or March? Okay, it looks like it's looking more like, yeah, May. Man, not even May, actually. I don't even know. Maybe March. Sorry, I'm just kind of flipping back and forth. Maybe May. Again, as we talk about, this is going to change for fluid. So save this website. You'll go watch the Fed Fund Futures, CME Tool Markets, whatever. Bitcoin. Oops, sorry. Chopping, holding up. Again, I expect Bitcoin to hold up, but just like gold and all this stuff, don't be surprised if it pulls back before the pivot. Because again, we do have global liquidity being pumped by certain countries, but I don't think it's going to matter until the U.S. does it, in my opinion. Because we're the monster. We're the monster in the room of the economies, where all the global demand really ends, right? Begins and ends. Oil, as we've talked about, watching these levels. Personally, I've said I think oil goes much lower in time during demand destruction. I don't think we're going to negative futures pricing. However, I think you can short pops on this stuff, in my opinion. Natural gas, same. Man, natural gas is just dead to me. It's like dead, don't care, not going to really worry about it. Dollars, we talked about, had a monster up run, 11 weeks straight, holding the 50-day. I'm kind of indifferent at this point. Again, we talked about dollar volatility being key, just watching for it. I could see it going either way, in my opinion, because again, we're like the worst in the best, the best house in the worst neighborhood, right? Like everybody's got problems with their currencies and government debt, and high interest rates are going to be tough for every government. So we'll see what happens. Again, I personally don't care as much as just keep an eye on it. Bonds, as we said, it's going to be a choppy, sloppy mess. Be careful trying to pick the bottom in this. I could see rates going all over the place, and that's where I think there might be easier trades, because if the volatility picks up, which again, people don't realize, this move was the biggest move, 5-day move in the last 20 years. Percentage-wise, 25+%. That's a big move down. Point being is that you see what typically happens afterwards. And that's where I think you could get up, then a down during OPEX, and then that would probably be the best time to short. Again, you don't need to be early. VIVX holding these levels. And here's what I'm thinking with SPY. Let's get into it. Could we get up to the massive downtrend, 100-day support? I mean, you put it all together, right? This would be the absolute best spot. But if that doesn't happen, it's going to be a chop top. And you see how even the first dip gets bought, right? Chop top, first dip gets bought, right? Drops. I mean, I guess it's kind of a dip. Then it goes. I still expect that even off this high. Because again, it had so much kazam to it. Unless news comes, again, which we can't control, I expect that. QQQ, much higher levels than I honestly thought it would get to. But here we are. Channel, I would love to see it get up into this level in the 370s and just chop around. IWM lagging as usual. This one's hard because I feel like it really needs to get up here to fail, right? Now, maybe it is just the 50-day, but it is lagging. Today, it didn't look really that good. DIA, same kind of thing. Would really like to see it hit these trend lines. Again, make these slightly higher highs, get everyone excited. And if you're not familiar, they're the broadening patterns, right, where you get like this, I don't know how you want to draw it, just whatever. You get lower lows and higher highs, and it just freaks everybody out. And I think that's the ideal position. Gold, as we said, I mean, I love gold long term, but I don't want to buy this trade until the Feds pivot. We haven't pivoted yet. We'll see. I mean, watch the levels. We could be wrong. Something could change. But at this point, it's just a hard trade. You can't chase it here. Silver's got nothing. We talked about the miners, oversold, rallies, chopping around. I mean, again, they absolutely get destroyed when the market gets crushed before a Fed pivot. So your guess is as good as mine. I mean, I wouldn't trade them. I personally just let them off. I mean, look at today's action. They didn't hold up well at all. GDXJ closed at the low of the day. Again, I mean, they're just choppy and sloppy. If you want to get involved in that and you want to trade around it, be my guest. I have no desire. None. Honestly, none. AG, chopping at the lows. AEM, chopping, holding up better. Newmont, this is where it gets confusing, right? Like Newmont should be in the 40s, 50s. No, it looks like crapola. Pass. Again, pass on it. Just pass. Again, I know people who are looking at the dust. It makes sense to me. I mean, if you can buy it around 10, 11, I guess $12 around here, and just put a tight stop, I think you're going to get hit a home run at some point. Tech, Taiwan Semi, holding up. But actually, as we talked about, Buffett got rid of it. The stuff is going to chop around. Just be careful. Micron, I mean, again, I wouldn't jump on the short bus yet. You've got some levels that could play out in the mid-70s. AM Dizzle, chopping. I talked about breaking the trend. I'd love to see it fill this gap and back test the trend line in the 114, 115 area. Now, again, if it wicks a little higher, it happens. Could be temporary. NVIDIA, same kind of thing, getting into this trend line, right? We'll see. I mean, you're got a gap here to fill at 461. We're not there yet. Let it play out. Adobe's, love the short up here. Love it. Just be patient. Apple, look at this, hitting the trend. A part of me says, well, should you short it here? I don't know. 100 days seems to matter. It's not that far off. Let it play out. Amazon, all over. Again, up here at the highs. Did what I did not think it could do. Fills the gap. Let's see what happens up here, because these names could get tired up here, and then we get the rollover. The CRM, the CERM, chopping around. Again, we like this area potentially to short, but or it's just wait for the bottom to break out of it, because if it does, it's just gone. Guggenheim, talked about getting into the 130s, backfilling, failing the gap. I mean, could the 20-day be in play? That's where I see, look where the back test of the trend line is, the 20-day. This is the thing that's so hard. Again, this stock could do whatever the hell it wants to do. That would be the best short, in my opinion. Meta holding up. I mean, but it's like you would think this would be up $4 or $5 today. I mean, if it gets back into the 325s, you take it. Microsoft, much stronger than I thought it could do, especially after the earnings. Look, making new highs. Yeah, I mean, your guess is good as mine now on this one. NDAQ, like to see it hold up. Liking it for a short. The ideal spot, because this thing has a tendency, right, to chop around. I mean, you probably need to see the 52s. Micro strategy, holding up with Bitcoin. See what it does up here. It's got to get over 470s to really blast off. Netflix, again, I'd love to see it at 450. I'd love it retest that shoulder line. That would be awesome. Awesome sauce. That would be amazing. We'll see if it does or not. Roblox got into the gap, right? Now, man, opens up. Again, I don't want to short this thing because I think it's a buyout target, but I'm just watching it just to watch. Tesla, we talked about, oversold rally was necessary. Here comes the 20-day. Again, I think it's going to play this like choppy game, a little bit of choppy game up at the high. So here you go. And then it gets up maybe a little higher high, maybe the 20-day, maybe the 230 area. Then, did I forget? Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry, Intel and SMH. I apologize. Intel, wait for the gap fill. I mean, I know people are itching to short it. I get it. Just patience. SMH, same kind of thing. Channel, trend line. Maybe it gets in the 152 area. That would be the easiest stuff. Not going to talk about X. It's holding up. Nucor, chopping up here. I really would love to see in the 156s. Caterpillar. Some of these names were down today. Some things are down up today. I mean, again, it's kind of like a little bit of a sloppy, choppy market. I'd wait for that 246, 200-day. FedEx, Federal Express. Same thing. Gonna chop around here. Would love to see the 50, 100-day, right? Somewhere in this area. That would be just the easier. Costco put some shorts on today up against this channel. I mean, again, we go right back. Look at the close. Look at the close. I mean, last couple of days have just been someone's distributing into the close. Someone is distributing into the close, right? We'll see what happens. Now, again, I mean, anything's possible. Set your stops. This thing is wide and loose. Some people say it's about to break out. I would say it's just back testing the trend line and going to fail. But we'll see. Stops prevent the pain. VALE. Holding up. Again, these names, global growth names, they've been all over the place. I mean, I just don't trust them. Arrow, we talked about copper. This is not good. Look at this thing. Just getting nuked. Just getting nuked. CCJ, we said watch out for back testing the trend line. Oh, man, this thing kind of looks like an M top. I know uranium folks are like, oh, it's going to go. And it's like, maybe not in this market. CF, again, ag names. We like these. Knew they would pop a little bit. You got it. But, I mean, I'd love to see these things get absolutely just crushed. Crush. AA, another name we talked about could pop. These names, just let them die. Let them go and bury their own death. XLF, we talked about. These multiple moving averages. Man, I would love to see it hit the trend line. I'd love to see it hit this old fib. I'd love to see this area here. Because then I think, again, you get the broadening pattern. You got the up, you got the higher highs, right? Higher highs and lower lows. It just freaks everybody out. Freak out! JPMO, mid 140s, getting there. Looks like it. Love to see the 0.618. Love to see it. Maybe the 50-day, 100-day. I don't know. Either way, at this point, if you're shorting it, just be careful. Layer in. Give yourself time. Morgan Stanley. I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to go long this. It's like the worst of them. Bank of America, again, would love to see that 200-day. Goldman Sachs, back testing into the channel. Look at this sucker. I mean, this is a hard one. I would really love to see it up in the 330s. I think that, again, when I say love, I mean, I think you have the best risk reward with the least amount of risk, essentially, right? Like, this would make easier than maybe here. And here might be the spot. You don't know. KRE, same kind of thing. Would love to see it in the 45 area. I think you get that 200-day. Man, that would be just that to me. Again, let things play out. XBI, we've talked about this thing being all over the place. I mean, it's probably going to be up tomorrow pretty big. I mean, this thing has just been a roller coaster. Good old Tan. Hey, Tan. I mean, these solar names just look so bad, y'all. I mean, if you're short these things, they've been a gift that just never stops gifting. I'm liking these names on pops. It's just, how are we going to get them? First Solar, really hoping to see the 50-day 161. I don't know. Maybe some point later. HYG, we talked about this rallying really hard. Watch what happens here. I mean, this is an interesting area. I mean, 74s are going to be a beach to break. Oil all over the place again. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Oops, come on. At this point, I think it could go higher, could go lower near term. But either way, I would just lay off of it. Unless you want to short pops, in my opinion. Natural gas, UNG again. Oh, man, this thing is just toast. XOP, this is what's interesting. Look at the oil service names. Leading oil, left-right combo. I mean, you break down this 143. I mean, this stuff could go. And I put out some trades on this. I said, watch the ExxonMobil up here. I mean, this looks pretty good to break. If it breaks the 104s, 105s, it's gone. MPC, I like this one a lot. It's got a double top. I mean, if it breaks, I mean, it's not even a break. If this is a double top, I mean, it could come back to 105 pretty damn quickly. Valero, same kind of thing. These gas names. Remember gasoline demand. I think it's going to fall off. This one's holding really badly. I think I get back to 100 very easily. Occidental, another name. Again, watch what happens up here. Buffett sell zone. Fail. EQT. Said watch the 44s. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. And then you got your flex LNG. Like this name long term, but again, let these things come in. I mean, I don't think you're in any rush. Again, good dividend yield. People are like, oh, I love dividends. Well, yeah, I love dividends too, but I also don't like losing money. So if you're new to the channel, please check out the Discord room, link description below. If you have questions about trading, hit me up on Calendly. Also, if you're looking at real estate, I'm telling you, you got to be prepared for opportunities. Because when the Feds pivot, people can't afford to buy, they're going to be renting. So even at higher interest rates, I warn people, I'm like, you're going to get good cash on cash potential ROIs if prices drop. If you can find something 20, 30, maybe even 40% off the highs in a certain real estate market, and then rents continue to go up, you're going to have a decent little cash cow, 401k, little investment project that's going to be a good hedge for inflation. And if you're trying to sell, well, then you're going to need some guidance, because again, I've said this over and over, and like the best houses, the houses that are the most updated, seem to be selling quick because people don't want to deal with the crap. They just want to buy everything as is. But what if you're looking to do some things? You need some contractors, you need some help. Well, you need to get quotes. You need to talk to someone who has experience help you with that, because you don't want to get caught getting blown out of a budget just to get the house ready to sell. So I'm here to help. Let me know what I can do. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you guys and gals soon. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.